Okay, on to the next track in Craven's Crescendo Custom Series by Campbell Cravens, man. We are currently in the Mike Shinoda album as part of the series with a couple of Linkin Park reactions to begin, and then we are in the post-traumatic album by Mike Shinoda where he deals with Chester Bennington's death. Now, we did do a couple of reactions to a few songs in... a while ago we did a couple of reactions in this album to, I think it was 3 or 4 songs, right? So in order to get the context of where we are right now, you need to go to the last I think it's the 4th last reaction, where it says nothing makes sense anymore, and I explain it over there where we at, like where we left off and where we picked up again. And then it takes you through the progression of the album itself. So a little bit confusing because obviously we reacted to a couple of songs a couple of months ago or a year or 2 ago, and now we're picking up this album again, sort of like halfway or a third of the way, and it will confuse you. And there's a whole storyline to this album in terms of how he deals with Chester Bennington's death. The next song on this album over here is Ghosts by Mike Shinoda, and this is just before we get started, this is a product that I'm offering all of the Cucumber Squad members. It's a really cool product where you can actually request a custom series, and it's great value for money, and you get your own artwork and design and all that type of thing. I'll leave the link down in the pinned comment, and you can take a look for yourself. It'll take you to the website and it will explain everything. It's fairly new, so there were a couple of teething problems going in, but we're ironing all of that out, and we're actually starting to, you will streamline the process moving forward, where it will make things a lot more manageable for myself, and it will be able to manage your expectations as well. I've said this a few times just to let you guys know. Anyway, let's go straight into it. Ghosts, Mike Shinoda, let's go.
Hard days.
Wait, where are you going?
I've had enough hard days. It's like if I wake up and I feel good, I shouldn't feel guilty about having fun, you know?
100%, you're still...
She said, this is not about a poltergeist, not about a phantom that glows at night.
Hey.
But there are things we don't know, and I don't have another choice but an open mind. Oh,
hey.
And I know what they'll say. I'm trying to make sense of what no one can explain, but I've been having dreams that after I'm awake play out in reality the very next day.
Hey.
So I play along, I nod my head when they say I'm wrong, but each night falls and away I run on the other side till the daylight comes. So I play along, I nod my head when they say I'm wrong.
I love that he's actually doing this whole thing as like puppets, right? So he's basically saying, I'm just a puppet, right? I'm just being this agreeable self, right? I'm not pushing back on anything. I'm just saying, yeah, cool, right? I'm just agreeing with everybody because I really don't feel like the discussion. I really don't feel like the debate or the confrontation or anything like that. And he's kind of like in his own world, and then he's basically alluding to a lot of things that is unexplainable. So he's having all these dreams, which is obviously based on his entire trauma, and then when he wakes up, he lives those dreams out in reality. So it's almost like he's lucidly dreaming, right? And he can't quite explain it. So therefore, like, he can't explain why this is all happening and why he's going through it, and even if he had to try and explain it, it wouldn't actually make sense. So he's just going to be the puppet and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to be that agreeable self. I'm going to be this facade for a bit, and just let it play out like that.
But each night falls and away I run on the other side till the daylight comes. And when the lights go down, I see things I can't explain, calling out my name. The lights go down, holding every memory close. Tonight is for our goals.
Hey. I like that he says tonight is for our ghosts. When the lights go down, I see things that I can't explain, right? And that's all going through the trauma. It's not like he's actually seeing ghosts itself. It's actually the ghosts in his own mind, right? The people that have died, the actual trauma. So it's basically his ghosts are his insecurities, and his insecurities are playing out in his mind. And that is why he said, like, it's unexplainable. If I had to try and explain it to you, it would almost seem like it's the paranormal. It almost seem like it's the supernatural. But I know it's not, right? It's just my insecurities and my pain and the people that I love that I lost that are just coming to me, and I'm reliving those moments. So tonight's for our ghosts, tonight's for the people we lost. I like that.
Tonight is for our ghosts. This is not about you and me. I can't bring back how it used to be.
Nope.
And I know what I do believe, but I've already seen what I couldn't see. Oh, so I play along and nod my head when they say I'm wrong. But each night falls and away I run on the other side till the daylight comes. And when the lights go down, I see things I can't explain, calling out my name. The lights go down, holding every memory close. Tonight is for our ghosts.
What a cool song, man. You know what I like about this song is actually lighthearted. Now this is well over the hill. He's well over the pain hill. You can start seeing that he's starting to heal. He's starting to heal really well. And what he said in the beginning of the video is like, just because I went through this, like I'm still allowed to be human. I can get to the point where I'm allowed to smile, I'm allowed to have fun, and people don't look at me as if like, oh wow, well your friend just died and what you're all like happy about it. It's like, okay, I've gone through this, I've gone through my pain, I've gone through dealing with this, I've gone through my psychological trauma. I need to come back to a point where I can find some peace and solace in my own existence, right? And make things lighthearted again so that I don't feel like I'm just consumed by darkness all of the time. So he's actually put that and translated all of that into the video again with all the nuances of still in terms of how he feels about the Chester Bennington and about like, yes, these ghosts still exist and I still see them and I still interact with my insecurities and my pain as if they were ghosts, right? But I can take that as a negative or I can take it as a positive. And I'm taking this for the first time in this entire journey, I'm going to flip it as opposed to making a completely somber song about the ghosts are haunting me at night and whatever else. I'm going to like flip it into a puppet show, right? And make it lighthearted and a bit more fun because I think it's time for me to get back into my own personal character. It's time for me to let go and start looking at the world in a more positive, more energetic, more beautiful light, right? So take a negative and flip it into something positive. Channel all of this in a beautiful way now, as opposed to a dark way. We did enough of that, okay?
There's something in the air, there but never there.
I love those sock bucket
The
puppets.
lights go down, holding every memory close. Tonight is for our ghosts. Tonight is for our ghosts.
Really catchy song as well. And I like the fact that he's actually done it where he's, it's kind of like, again, like arts and crafts type vibe, sock puppets all drawn out. Everything is like sort of sketched out. So he's basically, again, I'm tying this thought process into the video where he's kind of trying to make that a bit childish. So he's kind of played back into his character where he is kind of fun, lighthearted, has this childlike disposition, the way he sees the world. He's a fun character. So the only way he's going to try and explain this is to actually sketch it out, right? He's going to sketch it out in simplistically, right? As a child would, right? And he it's almost like there's no complexity. There's delivering it to you straight as if a child would. It's almost has a really honest sense about it, right? because if you just think about children, children are the most honest people in the world, right? They will tell you things how it is with absolutely no filter. And I think he's taken it back to that, where it's like, this is just, it's honest, it's innocent, and it's a way of me trying to tell you that it's okay for me to just be who I am again, right? Nothing's gonna change what happened. I will always remember him. I will always love him, but I can't give up my life for this tragedy. Like, I still need to live on, and he would want me to live on and to continue being myself, my true self, and who I am. Right? So yeah, man, absolutely awesome, man. I've actually loved this album. I think it's so down my alley. It's unbelievable. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.